Alright, let's talk about TPOT Book, because I'm tired of the slander. People act like she's still the same angry, overbearing character she was in BFB, but if you're still on that train, let me be the one to wake you up. Book's entire arc has been one of the best transformations in the show, and if you actually pay attention, you'll see why she's eating this season up. By the way, I have a full video on this coming on my main channel soon, so get hyped. If you hated Book in BFB, I get it. She was bossy. She yelled a lot. She got in people's faces. But let's actually think about why. Because the thing with Book is, she's not just mean for fun. She's afraid of being left behind. And when you look at her story from that perspective, everything makes way more sense. Remember Freeze Mart? Back in the bfdia days, Book, Ice Cube, Match, and Pencil were all a tight little unit. But as time passed, people left. Pencil and Match did their own thing. Ice Cube stopped listening to her, and Taco completely disappeared for half the show. And Book, she couldn't handle it. She panicked. She thought the only way to keep people together was to force them to stay, which is why she was constantly calling Taco out for abandoning them and trying to guilt Ice Cube into following her lead. But here's the issue. That didn't work at all. Ice Cube got so tired of Book controlling her that she left the team entirely. Gaddy and Lollipop straight up told Book she was acting irrational. And the worst part, Book didn't realize how bad it had gotten until it was too late. That moment in BFB 13, where Ice Cube tells Book to let her think for herself, that was devastating for her. In Book's head, she was protecting Ice Cube. She thought she was looking out for her. But in reality, Ice Cube didn't need Book to be her protector. She needed her to be her friend. And then, in BFB 14, we see Book finally start to realize how much damage she's done. She tries to go up to Taco to apologize but hesitates. She has this moment of reflection, where she realizes that she was the one making things worse, not Taco. And then, in one of the most important moments of her arc, she literally sacrifices herself to save Taco and Ice Cube. That's character growth. So now we have TPOT Book, and right away, you can see the difference. She's still snarky, she's still loud, but she's not the same controlling, high-strung character she used to be. She's chill now, she's funny, and most importantly, she's not trying to force friendships anymore, she's actually earning them. Think about her dynamic with Price Dog. That's something old Book never would have had. In BFB, she was so focused on keeping her past friendships intact that she never really let herself branch out. But in TPOT, she's open to it. She actually listens to Price Dog instead of shutting them down. And by the end of TPOT 10, she's formed a genuine friendship with them. And then we get moments like her being a balancing guidebook in TPOT 8, or her goofing around in TPOT 12, where she's just having fun. She's still got her attitude, but she's not as rigid. She's adaptable. She's more self-aware. And let's not forget how she handles conflicts now. In TPOT 9, when Pillow starts attacking their team, old Book would have been barking orders and trying to take charge. But here, she backs away. She's scared. She doesn't jump straight into a fight, because she knows now that forcing control isn't always the answer. That's such a small detail, but it shows how much she's changed. And then we get TPOT 10, where she literally has a nightmare about being alone. That's still her biggest fear. Even after all this time, the thought of being isolated still haunts her. But this time, instead of lashing out, she faces it. Book is so much more than the aggressive control freak people remember her as. She's funny. She's self-aware. She's grown so much. And yet, people still want to act like she's just annoying. Make it make sense. So why do people still hate her? Honestly, a lot of people just haven't updated their opinions since BFB. They see Book, they remember her yelling at Taco, and they just assume she's still the same person. But if you actually watch TPOT, she's one of the best written characters in the show right now. She went from being so afraid of losing people that she tried to control them to finally letting go and just being herself. She's not fighting to keep people close anymore. She's letting them choose to stay. If you're still hating on TPOT Book, I gotta ask, are we even watching the same show?